and GG's all around to everybody. And yeah, it looks like there was confusion. They were looking at the old link. They did not know that dual site was on the map pool. But being the nice people they are, Team NRG is just saying, okay, that's our fault. We'll still play it anyway. So luckily, they're just going around this very professionally, and we are able to start this game off. And TVP, like I was saying earlier, I really love watching this matchup. It's really dynamic, and you can really see a lot of different styles and openings and, army transitions and all that. And so it looks like over here in the, the darker wasteland part of Dual Site, we have our green Protoss, which is vVv Hasu. And over here in the happy, full of life area, we do have once again, our dirty pink Terran, Pink Panda, and GLHFs and U2s to everybody.
All right, so yes, it is going to be Terran versus Protoss dual site, an MLG map that only has 2 spawning locations, so both players know where the other one has already spawned. And are we going to see anything interesting coming in from Hasu? Hasu now just simply scouting out with this one particular probe will be able to get up that ramp and perhaps delay that barracks. Perhaps that's what he's trying to do right now. Hasu, I guess one of the things that he could try to do is just mentally get inside Pink Panda's head. Pink Panda is playing on a map that he is most likely not familiar with from what we can gather. And the more that you can just throw your opponent off their standard openings, the better it will be, as the probe now finally comes inside and now perhaps going to get a little bit of harassment in, getting some damage onto an SCV, and now backing off just as the shields are about to be depleted.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure Hasu is aware that now he knows that they did not know this was on the map pool. I'm sure this is a map, like you were saying, that Pink Panda has not really practiced on that much. And Hasu, you can pretty much tell that he has practiced on this map, because why else would you pick it? You wouldn't pick a map that you've never practiced on. But Hasu is aware that no gas has been taken yet, so it looks like we might have a similar opening of a 1 racks fast expansion from Pink Panda. I don't think he'll be getting that 15 gas like you would against Terran, because this is against Protoss. Hasu opening standard, his gas is finished, his gateway is done, and his second pylon is right in his base. It's not anywhere sneaky. And the Cybernetics core is going down, and actually, right as I say that, the gas is being taken. So I actually have not seen this build in a TVP before, and I'm certain that a command center is going to go down, but I'm interested to see, how he's going to use this gas.
Yeah, most likely that command center will once again be used on the front door here. The double supply depots, in addition to that command center, a very, very strong wall. We'll see what his next building will be. He'll probably get a factory sometime shortly after that, as the probe now running all the way back to his Onaga tower, perhaps getting a little bit more scouting and site information, as we'll see what Hasu is really trying to do. Hasu is chrono boosting out that warp gate, and he is now perhaps going for an expansion of his own. So an expansion of his own now being placed down. There is a command center up over here by Pink Panda as well, and I don't believe that Hasu knows about that expansion. He could have perhaps assumed or guessed it, but I don't know if he knows for certain.
Yeah, Hasu did see the man, it looks like I lag, once every game, but luckily it doesn't last very long, so I do apologize for that. But as I was saying, Hasu did in fact see that weight gas was going down. I'm sure he can assume a command center is going down, as that is not a standard gas timing. And it looks like we are getting a pause from the players. Question marks from everybody. And it looks like we have a monitor problem. So looks like we're just going to sit here. But yeah, it looks like we do have 2 more gateways going up for Hasu, as I have the production tab open. And so it is going to be looks like a 3 gateway expand. And it is going to be interesting to see if he's going to throw down additional gateways, for a heavy gateway off 2 base, or if he's going to throw down a robotics bay for some more tech.
Yeah, right now the real question is going to be, how is Hasu going to use his expansion? Right now, if he tries to do any sort of 2 base, that may work out well. Perhaps getting in those additional gateways, trying to increase his army count, and then going for a Twilight Council for Blink would work. As you can now see, the Stalker trying to get a little bit of damage, going after the SCV. The SCV may get destroyed, and the Stalker only took a little bit of actual damage there. taking 20, or it was at 18 points of damage for in exchange for an SCV. There are still 3 Marines nearby. That Stalker could easily recharge those shields and try to rinse and repeat, trying to get more damage dealt and perhaps delay this bunker even further.
And Hasu did throw down a pylon at the lower ground of the third of Panda, and he does have 3 gateways, so I'm curious if he's going to use the warpins. He is using the warpins, all stalkers right now. He is using the warpins, and he is going to push in here, leading with the bad damaged stalker, and he is going to start to focus down this barracks or this bunker, and there is no SCV to repair it. Nice micro, and he is not taking it down yet, and oh, he really has to get back. Oh, but the bunker does burn down. Hasu does lose 2 stalkers, and look at that. He does force Pink Panda to pull back his expansion and keep it in his base a little longer. So this is nicely played by Hasu. He's keeping Panda in his base for as long as possible, even making him throw down another bunker. And Hasu actually pushing up, and he does take out, and a lot of SCVs, well, not a lot, but about 5 SCVs here being pulled to repair. But Hasu just taking out the Marines and Marauders here, beautifully focusing down the Marines. And he's just putting on a lot of pressure here. And it's going to come up to if he can get that bunker up, which it looks like he is.
Yeah, it looks like the bunker is up. Unfortunately, he was not able to get that final shot onto that Stalker or that Marauder before it went inside. You can see the Marauder is now down. The Marine are now down inside, as we can now see a warp in happening as well. So Hasu getting in a pylon and being very aggressive here. You can see one Zealot trying to get up the ramp, unable to do so, as all of these supply depots may get taken down. And Hasu getting the win here on dual site.
Very, very nice play from Hasu. He read that play, like a childhood book. He read it perfectly. He saw that, that bunker was the only thing in the front, so he knew an expansion was coming down. He had nice micro, was able to break that bunker, and he saw the retreat, and he said, you know what? That must have been all he had, because he did push back to his base. So Hasu said, why not? I'm just going to go push up his ramp and see what I can do. Looked in, saw that it was just a Marauder and a handful of Marines. And when you have, 6 Stalkers against 1 Marauder and a few Marines and no bunker not done yet, it's like, why not? I can afford to lose a Stalker or 2. And, that actually won him the game. He had that pylon warping in on the, the low ground. So he was going to be able to warp in anyway because he did have vision. So it was very nicely played by Hasu.
Yeah, definitely nicely played.